Week 11, spread and bread. No
Here we are.
No, we don't even invite Conlon anymore.
No, not part of the conversation.
Not like it even fucking matters.
Nope.
Last week you were 7-7. I was 10-4.
Nice. Yeah, I think there were a couple that could have gone either way. Did you pick the Vikings? No.
Where the hell am I looking at here? Week 10. No, we both had Buffalo.
Yeah, there were a couple that kind of went back and forth where I'm like, yeah, I think Sam picked that one and I didn't. Yeah, there's a couple that were really close.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get going. Well, first Thursday night game is Tennessee at Green Bay. We'll get that to the end.
Yep.
Chicago at Atlanta. Atlanta -3.
You want this?
Yeah, I'm going to give you my theme of the week for the most part.
Yeah.
I'm taking a lot of dogs. I'm going to take Chicago. I just don't trust Atlanta. I know they're at home.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. It's one of these weeks. I think this could be. I'm gonna go for. There's 13 games. I'm gonna go for an 0 for 13 week. That's my goal. And we lost John. Did he hit the camera button instead of the mute button? Riveting. I'm seeing if I can. Oh, wait. What the hell? What the hell happened?
I'm here.
Look at this.
I'm in here twice.
Yeah, what the hell? I'll get you out of here, but what the hell happened?
I went to hit mute and I hit leave studio instead.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Yeah, so I'm taking Chicago. I don't know why, but I'm going for an 0-13 week.
Okay. Yeah, I'm taking Atlanta here. I still don't trust Chicago, even though I think they are steadily improving. How they managed to lose to Detroit, I have absolutely no idea. That was pathetic. So yeah, I'll take the Falcons here.
All right. Cleveland at Buffalo. Buffalo, Minnesota. Everyone's talking it's like the game of the week, and it's like which are game of the year, whatever. It was exciting, but could you have like more fuck ups?
Yeah, it was just a ton of really dumb mistakes, and those two.
We're off to a rip-roaring start. I don't even know if you can hear me, Kashuda. You are frozen on my screen. You are frozen on the podcast. Maybe he'll leave the studio again. Come back in. We'll give it a second. Maybe I should kick him out. Should I kick Kashuda out? This is weird. He's muted. No, he's not. There. I removed him. Just in case you only listen to this podcast, you don't listen to the other podcasts, tune into Apple. Go to Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher. Listen to the Over and Back podcasts that I do. Started doing on a weekly basis. Talk college basketball, NBA players, high school basketball. FVA preview did last week. That pissed off a lot of Nina people, I think, even though I didn't hear from many of them. Whatever. Where are we at, Kashuda? Where are we at? We're going to sit here and wait. That's what we're going to do. We're going to sit here and wait for John to pop back in. Fabulous. Let's text him. Live. We are texting him live. Oh, there he is. What the hell's going on?
I that wasn't me. I don't know. I just froze and it was gone.
Yeah. And then I kicked you out.
And then you kicked me out, yeah.
Which you were frozen for like 10, 15 seconds. So, okay, you were bad or stupid plays. That was it. And then you froze.
Yeah. So, that was not a very, game of the year maybe in terms of excitement, but not game of the year in terms of the quality of the play. So,
yeah. I can't believe it. Buffalo pissed that away big time.
Yeah, big time.
Philly loses their first game. That was ugly. Favored by 7 on the road at Indy.
Yeah, I'm taking Buffalo.
Yeah, I was going to say, we didn't even pick. I didn't even pick either.
Yeah, I'm taking Buffalo.
Yeah, I am too.
Big bounce back.
Yeah, bounce back. All right, sorry. Philly at Indy. Philly's favored by 7.
Yeah, home dog here. Philly looked bad Indy sucks. I think there's a lot of people that will think that this is Philly's bounce back game as well. But I'm going to take the home dog. I'm going to take Indy.
I am too. Did you hear Bill Cowher pissing and
No.
moaning about
Yeah. Geez, he went on a rant about their coaching.
What are your thoughts?
Yeah. I think he has a point because the guy's done nothing but coach high school football up until this point. So that's like me being like, dude, I coached D-backs at Appleton North for one season and we almost made it to state. I could coach DBs for the Packers, right? I mean, at this point, I'm as qualified, other than wasn't an all-pro center for the Colts.
Okay, I didn't even know he was a high school coach.
Yeah, he coached at Decula High School, which is near where I used to live.
Yeah, I just looked it up real quick. I will say this: fucking get over it, Bill Cowher and everyone else.
Yeah, I don't like Bill Cowher. But...
This is the fucking world we live in. Do you think anyone in corporate America fucking doesn't matter? No, it doesn't matter. It's who you fucking know.
Yeah.
So he knew someone. He's friends with Irsay, and he fucking hired him. Big fuck. I mean, I get his point. Like he's mad because it doesn't. People that have worked hard and have whatever. That's what happens in every freaking job in every industry. Is someone gets a job ahead of you because they know someone or they're sleeping with someone, whatever it may be. Yeah, it's just like I heard him. I'm like, Jesus Christ, he sounds like a bitter old man. Like, calm fucking down.
I hate Bill Cowher anyway, and I think the guy put in all that time in the NFL. He knows what he's doing. It's an interim situation. If you bypass everybody at the end of the situation and hire him, then maybe you've got a point. But for now, who gives a shit?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it'll be interesting to see how this plays out because if he ends up turning this team around and they fucking win a bunch of games, I mean, Irsay said something like he's interim, but I'm hoping that it turns into more. So I think he wants to hire him. So
sure.
Yeah, I think it's something to. I'm excited to see if it actually keeps going because they'll just piss off all these. It'll piss off. It just throws everything out the window. Well, apparently, you don't need experience. Who gives a shit? You can fucking hire anyone to coach.
Yeah, well, right. And I mean, I think people also fail to realize a center on a football team, how much that person has to know, how intelligent they have to be in terms of an offense. And so he's pretty much a coach on the field, especially in the latter part of his career. So he's got experience. It's not that much different than the Jim Leonard situation in Madison, where it's like we basically fired someone to give somebody else an opportunity.
Sure. Yeah. All right. Jets on the road at New England. New England is favored by 3.
Yeah, this one is so tough. I'm going to let you take this one because
like I said, I'm taking a bunch of dogs. I like the Jets. I think the Jets have played well this year. If I'm getting 3 points with them in a divisional game, I'll take it. So I'll take Jets.
Yeah, I'll take New England here because I kind of see this as a coin flip, so I'll take the home team.
All right. The worst game of the week, Rams at Saints. Saints is how the fuck are the Saints getting 3.5 points? I know the Rams are awful. Cup's out. Stafford, I have no idea. But there shouldn't be a time or place at New Orleans gets 3.5 points. So I'm taking the Rams, as bad as that sounds.
Yeah, I think the Rams here are desperate. New Orleans just does not have the talent, and they have Andy Dalton is keeping the job at starting quarterback. I just saw that today.
Okay,
yeah, I'll take the Rams here.
All right, Detroit with a win over Chicago last week. They're on the road. They're at the New York Giants. Giants are favored by 3.
How are the Giants only favored by 3 is my question.
Because Detroit just won. They got a good offense.
Oh, God. No, I'm taking the Giants here. Giants are a much better team. Detroit sucks. Giants can score points. So can Detroit, but Detroit can't stop anybody other than the Packers.
Well, I'm taking Detroit. Detroit's going to put up a bunch of points, and they're going to surprise.
And you love the Lions.
And I love the Lions.
And you love the Lions.
Biggest line of the week, Carolina on the road at Baltimore. Baltimore is favored by 13. It's way too fucking high. Give me Carolina.
Yeah, and it's 13, and the game, the over under, it's 42.
Yeah,
which is fairly low. 13 is way too much. I'll take Carolina here.
All right. Washington with the upset over Philly on Monday night. They are favored by 3 on the road against Houston.
Yeah, I'll take the home dog here. I have no reason to really trust either team. Washington's not that good, even though they look good on Monday night. I'll take the Texans here.
Agreed. Home dog. That's all I need to hear. All I need to see. I'll take Houston to the points. Las Vegas Raiders, who look like complete fucking shit, are on the road at Denver. Denver is favored by 2.5.
Yeah, this one's a coin flip. I'll take the home team, just like I did with New England. Both teams playing like crap. But the Raiders can get shut out by the Saints, who knows what they're capable of. Denver at least got a win last week and scored some points. So, I'll take the Broncos.
I'm going to take the Raiders. I'm hoping the locker room rallies around Derek Carr and his, emotional post-game press conference. Maybe
that was awkward.
Yeah, clearly the team's not like, I don't know. Do they just not like McDaniels? Probably not. Some of the guys
probably not.
care.
But I really kind of feel like he and Adams were like convinced that like they were going to come together and this was going to be magic and they were going to like win the division and make a run, and like they're bad.
But it looks good at times.
Yeah,
like, there are times it looks really good, and you can see why they thought that, and then it just goes to shit.
Yep. Yeah.
All right, Dallas, after a loss to Green Bay, goes on the road to play Minnesota. Minnesota is now what are they? 7-1? 8-1.
Yeah.
And Dallas is favored.
Yeah, the spread makes no sense, but it really shows you what people think of the Vikings. People still don't believe in them.
Yeah, I think, and there's also a little bit of people bet heavy on the Cowboys, anyways. But it's a weird line.
Yeah, I think it is a very weird line. I'm still picking Dallas.
Wow,
I'm going against the Vikings until they lose. I'm just going to stick with that.
I'm taking Minnesota because I'm getting a home team with points. I want them to go 16-1 and then lose immediately in the playoffs. I think that'd be fucking hilarious.
And that could happen. Yes. You look at some of the NFC teams that could make the playoffs. If you have the Vikings even at home against Brady, who are you taking?
Yeah.
If you have the Vikings against Philly, who are you taking?
Mm-hmm.
I don't care where it is. I'm not in a lot of those situations. I'm still not taking them. I still and again, point spreads like this show you people still aren't buying it.
Right. All right. Cincinnati is on the road at Pittsburgh. Cincinnati is favored by 3.5. This is my rule. Divisional home dogs. You take the points. I'm taking Pittsburgh.
Yeah, and I don't like Pittsburgh at all, and that's the only reason I'm going to take the Bengals. I have no reason to believe in Cincinnati, but I'm going to take them anyway.
All right, Monday night game is Kansas City on the road at the Chargers. Kansas City is favored by 5.5. Is Chargers the most disappointing team this year besides maybe the Raiders?
Yeah, they've got to be there because they have so much talent. I understand they've been banged up at the wide receiver position with Allen and Mike Williams, but still, they're loaded. I mean, they've got talent on both sides of the ball. They've got Khalil Mack. They've got studs on defense. They're very, very disappointing. Which in this situation, they're a home dog and a kind of a big home dog. 5.5 is pretty significant, especially in a divisional game. I'll go with your rule on this one, and I'll take the Chargers. And
because it's my rule, I'm also taking the Chargers.
Yeah. So yep, makes sense.
Last game, which is tomorrow night, Tennessee at Green Bay. Green Bay is favored by 3.
Yeah.
Let's recap the Dallas game. I mean, fucking weird game. They finally looked decent in the in the fourth quarter.
They could have easily blown that. And so when they got the ball with a minute and a half left and they still had 2 timeouts left and they came out and ran it first, I was like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Get the clock running, whatever, get it down to, just over a minute. And then let's start getting some first downs and getting field goal range. And then they ran it again and didn't call a timeout. I mean, LaFleur would be getting absolutely roasted this week if they lost that game.
Yep, for sure.
I mean, and they very easily could have lost that game because they did that. And then Dallas got the ball and Dallas started just running it right down Green Bay's throat. And without those penalties, I think Dallas probably wins on a touchdown.
Yeah, strange game. I mean, it looked really bad there for a while. It looked like it was going to be really, really bad for a while. So I'm not convinced just after essentially a quarter, a quick comeback. I'm not convinced that the Packers are anywhere needed. They made a good move. Amari Rodgers got cut. That's fucking awesome. Did anyone pick him up at all or no? Did he?
Not that I've seen.
I can't imagine why he would.
I can't imagine why, because he's undersized. He's proven nothing on offense, and it has the most fumbles in the NFL this year for a non-quarterback.
Does he really?
That's not a joke. He has the most fumbles in the NFL.
And more than any running back.
He's a punt returner.
More than any running back he has.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you might want to look that up, but I want to say he may have more fumbles than the vast majority of quarterbacks in the NFL this season. I want to say he has 5 or 6. So look up most fumbles in the NFL this season.
Yeah, I'm seeing here.
Yeah, I thought I heard on the radio them say today he has the most fumbles of any non-quarterback in the NFL this season. Which it tells you everything you need to know with what was going on with this guy. It makes no sense why they continue to put him back there, and he almost blew the game for him on Sunday.
All right. Fields has 12. Matt Ryan has 11. Mariota 8. Josh Allen 8. Kyler Murray 8. Aaron Rodgers 7. Wentz 6. Mayfield 6. Trevor Lawrence 6. Guys with 5. Stafford, Goff, Brissett, Hurts, and Amari Rodgers.
Yeah. Isn't that an unreal statistic?
It's fucking great. And then if I go to 4 fumbles, then the first running back's Melvin Gordon has 4.
Yeah.
And the rest of them are all quarterbacks.
5 fumbles, and he's a punt returner.
Right. Like he's touched the ball how many times?
He's touched the ball maybe.
Yeah, I don't have that. It doesn't tell me, but
how many actual punt returns he had in the season?
Right.
25? That's just very much a guess. And he probably has 3 or 4 catches on the year.
God, and you think about that. I mean, you got 2 Packers in the top, whatever, of fumbles.
Yeah. Well, you're a 4-6 team. You're going to have.
That's why that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, it's a shocking stat. I heard on the radio and I was like, okay, that can't even be right. But yeah, it's that bad. Like it's incredible how awful he is.
They hung on to him way too fucking long.
Yeah, and it just shows you how much pride there is with your front office. You drafted the guy in the 3rd round, and he's cost you football games this season, and he's wasted a roster spot. I saw that they picked up D.D. Westbrook.
Oh, I didn't see that.
On the Jaguars.
Yep.
Yeah, potential punt returner and wide receiver. A guy like that gets me a lot more excited than Amari Rodgers. He's got size and speed, and he's just hanging out at home. So why not take a risk on a guy like that? But that you hung on to him and didn't give other guys a chance. You cut some talented guys in training camp who you probably could have hung on to and developed, who got a lot more potential than a guy who returns 25 punts and fumbles 5 times. Yeah, no shit. It's just unbelievable. So anyway.
Well, it's moving the right direction at least. So, all right. Well,
I think so.
Tennessee, short week. Tennessee's in town tomorrow night. Green Bay's favored by 3. I have this fear that Derrick Henry's just going to fucking run wild. Yeah,
he's the dude's a train, and it doesn't look like the weather's going to be too bad. I think if the weather were different, but Tennessee's not going to be fazed by cold weather. How Green Bay at 4-6 is a 3-point favorite, other than home.
Yeah.
A little bit of a home field advantage maybe, but yeah, I'm not buying it. Yeah, like you said, a quarter of solid football doesn't change what's been a pretty miserable season. So I'll take the Titans. There's no way I'm taking the Packers here.
Yeah, I got Tennessee as well. It doesn't look like there's any snow in the forecast. It's going to be like 20, 25 degrees though, 26 degrees. Yeah. So I mean, it's going to be fucking cold.
Yeah, and Tennessee's built to play in weather like that. They'll be fine. They're not going to be fazed by that. So I know a couple of years ago, people are probably thinking back to when they played Tennessee in the snow a few years ago and just blew them out like it wasn't even close. Two totally different teams.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
all right, yep, I got Tennessee too. All right, what do you got for DFS?
DFS tomorrow night. I'm sticking with tight end Thursdays. Tennessee's got a guy by the name of Jeff Swaim, not Jeff Jeff, but Jeff Geoff. Swaim. He is $200 on showdowns on DraftKings, and he's involved in the offense. All you need is a touchdown from a guy like that, and geez, you're doing really well. Going into the main slate for a quarterback like Daniel Jones. For the Giants, who the Giants have again?
Giants have Detroit.
Yeah,
there you go.
Target the Lions. So Daniel Jones against the Lions. That's I think going to be a really good play. As far as running back, I like Ramondre Stevenson from the Patriots going against the Jets, and then the wide receiver position. You're going to get a lot of value in the Rams. So I think you could target any number of guys there in their passing game. But I'm going to go Ben Skowronek. Super cheap. I think he's in the 3,000 range on your full slate, main slate on DraftKings. And so you're going to get a ton of value from the Rams passing game without Cooper Kupp. So Swaim tomorrow, then Daniel Jones, Ramondre Stevenson, and Ben Skowronek.
All right. My Thursday night play is going to be the aforementioned Derrick Henry over 99.5 rushing yards.
Yeah.
That's just, I think it's just too tasty.
Yeah, he could have that in a quarter and a half.
Yeah. And then for Sunday, we're going to go Lamar Jackson under. We're going to do an under 200.5 passing yards.
Yeah. Especially against Carolina, they could just run it and run it and run it.
Yeah, get up. You don't have to throw it. You're just kind of running. So
yep.
Those are my two picks. Anything else on the slate for the weekend? Anything got going on? Anything new?
No.
State games. States Friday.
Yeah. State games. Kimberly and Muskego.
It's either Muskego or McGuanago or whatever.
No, actually, I think it's McGuanago. I don't know. I know the team they're playing put up 47.
It's really bad that we don't know this. This is, I mean,
I started to say it, and then I'm like, am I going to say the wrong school?
Muskego, McGuanago. There's another one.
I want to say they're playing McGuanago.
I'm looking it up right now, but
look it up before we make bigger fools of ourselves in front of nobody.
McGuanago,
yeah.
McGuanago. 4 o'clock.
Yeah, they scored 47. So they're facing a team that's going to score some points. But Kimberly's rolling.
Really good running back, I heard. Really good running back.
Kimberly is rolling. They look good. They look confident. You think back to that Nina game, man, like they were on the verge. They were down 28-14 in that fourth quarter. And I give them credit. They find ways, and their teams have always found ways, and they're rolling since that fourth quarter in Nina. They are absolutely, they look fantastic. So
yeah, I
have no reason to think that won't continue, but it's always tough when you're playing an unfamiliar opponent, especially an opponent that can score some points. I knew Bayport would struggle a bit just because Bayport's conference doesn't, I think, prepare them for somebody like Kimberly. And I think Bayport got punched in the mouth and they didn't know how to respond.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So high school basketball has got to be right around the corner. Well,
it started 2 days ago. Practice started Monday. So you've got Kimberly. I think there's 2 kids on varsity that can practice. Everyone else is in football. So you've got like all the everyone's kind of together from what I understood. So yeah, so that started Monday. I think the main games start the week after Thanksgiving. There's some games that week of Thanksgiving or the weekend after Thanksgiving. So, but the main stuff is, well, here, I'll tell you, because I've kind of started plotting out my what the hell is it? I've started plotting out my winter of games, what I'm going to watch. So so like Oshkosh North has like a tournament going on that Friday, Saturday of Thanksgiving. Then there's a game Tuesday, and then so the December 2nd. I think is that the second? Yeah, December. Is that December 2nd, right? Yeah, December 2nd is when like conference games start.
Yeah.
So
I had a chance to listen to a little of your podcasts here and there last week with your 8 in a row.
Yeah.
But I didn't get a sense of your FEA picks. Did you pick, or did you just kind of summarize it?
Oh, I gave my picks, my preseason picks. Yeah. So it's like 10th is for sure Oshkosh West. First and second, in my opinion, are Oshkosh. I put Oshkosh North ahead of Appleton East just because Appleton East has a brand new coach. I think Appleton. Here's the kind of weird thing. I think Appleton or Oshkosh North, I think, has the 2 best players. They got 2 guys that are going to go D1 at some. They're younger. They're not seniors. I think Appleton East has the 3 best players. If you just went 3 deep, I think I'd take Appleton East 3. If I go 4 deep, I think actually Appleton West, who's been awful for so long, Appleton West might have the 4 best players. I picked them 7th. It is so wide open from like even like 1 to 9. Like I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, would there really be a surprise if someone finished 9? Like maybe surprised, but not like shocked. There's just gonna be so many splits. Like there's so many teams that just split 1 and 1 each. Throughout the year. It is it is going to be a fun shit show to watch.
A team that wins the FEA potentially could have 3 or 4 losses, huh?
That's what I said on my podcast. I said I'd be shocked if 3 would be the absolute lowest I could see.
Wow.
And I think you're more. I think we're probably talking more like 4 or 5.
Wow. Yeah.
And it's not going to be like, and your third place team isn't going to just have losses against the first and 2 teams. They're going to have a loss against like the 6th place team and maybe the 8th place team and stuff like that. You're just going to see a lot of every Friday and Tuesday. You're going to look at a score and you're going to be like, well, that's interesting. I didn't see that one coming. Just based on history, like what teams are supposed to be good. It's going to be weird. It's going to be. Yeah. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, and again, we've talked about this since the beginning of this podcast about how the talent in the conference, just in general across the board, it's dropped, I think, as a whole, but it's pushed certain teams up and down that have surprised us a bit, I think, in all sports. That you got Kimberly, who's in football, has made it as far as they have. Appleton North volleyball made it as far as they did. So I don't think either of those are surprises. But sports in general, you're seeing a lot of schools with, you're talking about Oshkosh North. How much opportunity do they have in a lot of sports to do well? It really gives you a sense of how much things have leveled out.
Yeah, and even like with basketball too. I mean, it all depends on what you lose, right? So if you have a team that didn't lose a lot of seniors, like Appleton West didn't lose a whole lot, so they've got everyone coming back. It's a good thing to have, where Kimberly and Nina lost a fucking shitload, but everyone's like, well, it's Kimberly and Nina. They're going to finish ahead. I don't know. Are they? We'll find out. Yeah. That's what I'm excited for.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Yeah, we'll be at a few games here and there too. So
yeah, I put the schedule out and I wrote down the ones that I want to like a group of 3, and I got to decide if I want to go, if I want to sit at home and watch 3 on at the same time, or what. But
and we're probably obligated to go watch Kimberly JV girls basketball too, huh?
Yes, we are. We are at some point. Which sucks because they play in the same fucking night. Although we can go to JV girls and then we can go to a varsity game technically.
Yeah.
If it's close.
Yeah, we'll have to do that.
Alrighty. Nothing else? Where are you watching the game tomorrow? Just sitting at home?
Yeah, I'll just be sitting at home. Hopefully not coughing.
Yeah.
Hopefully today is the end of the coughing.
You're feeling better at least a little bit?
Oh no, I feel great. Finished the antibiotics Saturday. Everything's gone. It seems to be the case with a lot of people who've had this is the cough just hangs around. And you just can't kick it. And it takes a while. So, I'm super patient. So it's been no big deal.
All right. Well, I'm sure we'll talk all night tomorrow night during the Packer game.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. Talk to you later.
Later.
See you.